What's going on, everyone? So, Dylan Harper, number 2 pick in the draft, who actually has been very good right out the gate. He's a rookie, so yes, he's always projected to be good, number 2 pick. You're expecting him to come in, have an immediate impact, but you never really know, right? We've seen a lot of top prospects kind of struggle early on, even some that turn out to be great struggle early on. Dylan Harper, offensively, it was like, hey, he's a guy that could come in, make an immediate impact offensively, really good at applying rim pressure, getting to his spots. I mean, he was already well advanced, even in college. And it was like, so that's one of the things that he can definitely hang his hat on. But it's like, okay, what else does he do besides that? Can he play some defense? He's gone after defensively. Can he make plays? Or does he kind of get tunnel vision? Oh, he can make some plays, right? Can he rebound the basketball? What does he do besides score the basketball to where the games where his offense isn't clicking, he can still, impact the game in a positive manner. And we've seen it. We've seen him do a little bit of everything out there, and he's been great as that kind of playmaker and an engine off the bench for the San Antonio Spurs. But unfortunately, that Phoenix Suns game took your first loss, which, again, you never want to lose. You always want to go 82-0, but losses happen. It's fine. It happens. Started 5-0, which is historic, which is crazy to think about. Spurs have never started 5-0. Think of some of the great teams they had, the dynasty era, and never went 5-0, 4-0 on several occasions. But you start 5-0. You knew you were going to lose eventually, whether it was game 6, 7, 10, whatever. Some point, Spurs were going to take it out. So it happens. Even the Bulls and the Warriors, when they were setting NBA records and wins, took some losses, right? But it's how you respond. How do you respond to those wins, to those losses, right? Losses happen. Do you start to spiral? Do you now lose 3 or 4 in a row, right? Now it kind of just balanced everything out. Or do you kind of even if they lose their next game, it's like, okay, bounce back, boom. Okay, now here we go. We right the ship now. We won 3 straight or whatever, right? Just, again, it depends on how you play, how you impact going forward. But not only did the Spurs kind of get smacked by, not kind of, I mean, they did, by the Phoenix Suns. They gave up 130 points for a team that is second in defense in the league behind OKC. Give up 130 points. They're still scoring a lot. Still put up 118, which is really good. So offensively been good. Defense didn't really hold up. Phoenix ran through them. I mean, they controlled that game start to finish. It was a behind the shed type of whooping. But the biggest problem is they lose Dylan Harper. Now, he suffered a calf injury, and he ended up not returning for the rest of the game. But that's something that, especially from what we've seen the last few seasons, particularly last season, something you can't play with, right? You're talking tearing Achilles bad, right? So this is going to be very crucial to kind of see how do the Spurs slowly approach, Dylan Harper and his recovery, right? Because if you're the Spurs, you can't rush him back. You need to make sure, and I know he doesn't have the mileage that like a Tyrese Halliburton or a Jason Tatum or anything, but you don't want that to become a persistent thing. And, the style in which players play today is why calf injuries are becoming so much more apparent, and Achilles, right? It's the way that you're planting your feet and stuff like that, putting all that strain on your Achilles tendon and stuff, all the slashing and cutting and movement and stuff like that. So, the game is just very different. You're seeing a lot of players deal with calf injuries and, Achilles tears and stuff like that. You don't want Dylan Harper to be one of those guys. So, you got a couple days between, that game and then the Lakers game, but I would imagine he probably sits out for that game. Give him at least a week or so to really kind of get that calf proper. That would be a huge blow, right? Because, like I said, Dylan Harper's been fantastic for the Spurs team. So, I mean, ideally you want him back sooner rather than later, right? Because he's been basically your offensive engine off the bench and playing in that do-everything role, right? This is a guy that is, not just been a scorer for the Spurs. This is a guy that has made plays, that has done a little bit of everything out there. So, anytime you see kind of that non-contact type of injury and then it becomes like a calf injury, you always want to be very cautious with that, especially in today's NBA. Hopefully he's able to kind of get right. I imagine he misses some time. I wouldn't be surprised if he misses a lot of time, which, like I said, is a huge blow to the Spurs team because he has played so well. And again, more than just a scorer. Get into his stats real quick. I mean, talk about a guy that is averaging 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. He's a 14-4-4 guy. He was a 15-4-4 guy, 15-5-5 guy, but obviously him leaving early in the game didn't help his total. So you're talking about a guy that before yesterday was damn near 15-5-5 as a rookie coming off the bench. That's a blow, right? You look at kind of what he's doing, just under 11 field goals a game, 50% from the field. He's shooting 36% from three-point range, which for a rookie is very good. Right? Even some great shooters in college come out of, and that was one of the questions about him shooting the three ball. Even some great shooters coming out of college have gone to the pros and not shot the ball 36%. He's doing it on 2.3 attempts. He's shooting 54% from two-point range on 8.3 attempts. So he's not settling either. Even free throws, he's getting 3 attempts per game, shooting 83.3%. Like I mentioned, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, and then 1.8 turnovers with 14 points. So for a rookie, he's playing some basketball. Right? For a rookie, he's been very impactful and has contributed to those wins. And so it's definitely going to be a huge blow, right? But look, he's got a lot of season left, right? He kind of would rather have this happen early to where he can kind of, take a month if he needs to or whatever, get right, get him 100%, and then now you can kind of make that push on the back end of the season. Hopefully De'Aaron Fox, because that's the problem. De'Aaron Fox isn't back yet, right? So De'Aaron Fox, if you had De'Aaron Fox back, then it's like, okay, cool, like no biggie, got Fox, you can kind of run things. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how this kind of all plays out with Dylan Harper and how they do that. But he also has a lot of career left, right? Like, so you want to put the young man in the best position to have the best career possible, right? Like the expectation, it isn't championship or bust for the Spurs this year, right? Like, you get into the playoffs, you get the right matchup because you make a conference finals or something like that, sure. But this isn't like, if the Spurs are a play-in team this year or they lose in the first round of the playoffs, nobody's going to be like, wow, they really underachieved. Like, no, everyone kind of knows what, like, this year was going into this year was like, can you just be a play-in team, right? Start that stride. You become a play-in team, then you become a playoff team, then you become a deep playoff team. Now you're a contender and winning championships, right? Like, that was the idea. In the next, 2-3 years, can you really carve out that, like, hey, we're one of the best teams in all of basketball? And they came out the gate, just super impressive, and people want to say it's because of their schedule and stuff like that. Yeah. Did they have a light schedule? Sure. But the good teams usually beat the teams that they're supposed to, right? Like, it's how it works. Right? If you're better than this team, you usually beat them, right? And they, starting 5-0, I don't care how good you are versus who you play. 5-0 is still 5-0, right? No one else is doing that, right? Other than OKC, and then the Bulls, but Bulls, again, kind of one of those things. But anyways, always, this is a discussion. I pass a question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.